3, 2, 1.
Battle of the Decade.
Fight.
I must break you.
So for the Battle of the Decade in this episode and our main topic, we'll be fighting it out on which decade had the best family sitcom. So this is going to be a sitcom, family sitcom. It's more something you could watch with the entire family. And some of the criteria for it, it has to have started either in the 1980s for me or in the 1990s for Adam. It could have gone on for decades after, but as long as it started in our respective decades.
Round 1. Let's fight.
Choose your fighter.
So I'll start with my choice. So the 1980s obviously had a lot of popular, family sitcoms. Some of them that came over from the 70s, but a lot of them started in the 80s. We had Who's the Boss, Full House, Married with Children, but that's not really a family sitcom. Growing Pains, Elf was super popular and the show I loved. Mr. Belvedere, Benson, The Simpsons actually started, but in the 80s, but not a family sitcom. Anyway, for my choice and my favorite family sitcom from the 80s, came out in 1982 and it was Family Ties. So the first episode aired in September of 1982 and it ran until 1989. I think there was a total of around 176 episodes during its run. Family Ties starred Michael J. Fox, Justine Bateman, Michael Gross, Tina Yothers, and Meredith Baker.
For 1990s sitcoms, we have a lot of them actually starting in the 1980s, so due to our criterion, I could not select the one I wanted to choose because it actually started in 1987. But some other notable ones that started in the 1990s include Sister Sister, Step by Step, Home Improvement, but the one I'm going to choose today is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, starring Will Smith and James Avery as Philip Banks, Alfonso Ribeiro as Carlton Banks, Karen Parsons as Hilary Banks, and we have two actresses who played the mother. We have Janet Hubert first, and then she was replaced by Daphne Reed, and I heard this was because Will Smith and Janet Hubert had kind of a tumultuous relationship on set, so Janet was eventually fired.
Round 2. Let's fight.
Tail of the tape.
So the reason I chose Family Ties is because that's where Michael J. Fox kind of broke out and became quite famous. And, that's what got him into his movie career. I think without Family Ties, he would never have been part of Back to the Future and, replaced the main actor originally in that movie. Michael J. Fox was great on the show. He was, the annoying son, super smart nerd type thing. But I just loved watching him, and I really liked Mallory, the older sister, on the show. I was just in love with her during the early 80s. And I think it was the first sitcom that I actually watched, regularly, and watching that with, my parents. Maybe my brother, I don't know. He was a little younger, but it's the first sitcom that I remember watching week to week type thing. And I just loved the show, so that's the reasons why I picked Family Ties.
The reason I chose Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is because it was on TV every day when I got home from school, and I enjoyed watching it. I thought Will Smith was very funny in it. I thought the stories are usually pretty good. They were, they had a comedic effect, but also they had usually the episodes had some kind of moral tale to them. I know the father, Phil Banks, was kind of like a wise old sage. And we had Will Smith's character getting in trouble all the time. He was kind of the outsider from West Philadelphia who kind of moves to Beverly Hills to live with his uncle and aunt. And I just thought it was a very fun show. I thought Carlton was pretty funny with his dance and everything. And, they showed the progression of, Will growing up and, from high school and then later getting into post-secondary school.
Round 3. Let's fight.
Counterattack.
All right, so what I remember, obviously I remember Fresh Prince. It's a show I occasionally watched. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I have nothing bad to say about it. It wasn't, in my wheelhouse. at the time. I don't know. When did that come out? Do you know?
1990.
1990. So I was like 17 or so around that time. And I remember the intro song becoming quite popular. And obviously that's what put Will Smith on the map, right?
Yeah.
Just like Family Ties did for Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, it ran for 6 years from 1990 until 1996. But I remember around the years 1994 and onwards, Will Smith we started seeing him in big budget movies like Independence Day and things like that.
Yeah. I was in high school when that show was on, I guess. So it was on, after, let's say, high school at the time too. So occasionally I watched it. Do remember it. To be honest, I don't remember much of the storyline of Family Ties. Again, it's just something I watched, and I have fond memories of watching that with my family. So that's kind of why. Is that a show that you
I remember
heard of?
watching it in the later years, and I remember, and I also remember, I faintly recall, like, Leonardo DiCaprio showed up later in the series as like some kid they took in or something like that. Like he was like a foster kid or something like that.
No,
that was Growing Pains. Okay, sorry.
There were some maybe celebrities that made guest appearances here and there. Like I see Courtney Cox might have been on the show, but stuff I don't remember.
All right.
But I think there was a younger kid that was brought in later seasons, like whether he was adopted or they had a baby, I don't remember. But
oh, okay, yeah, I got those two confused. I'm sorry.
Round 4. Let's fight.
Final round.
so once again, the reasons I picked Family Ties is because it's the first family sitcom that I remember watching religiously week to week as a young child, watching it with my family and really liking Michael J. Fox. And it's a show that put him on the map and got him that film career that he's quite famous for with, classic movies like Back to the Future, Teen Wolf, and probably other future sitcoms that he was on. I know he did some. I don't know what they were.
There's one called Spin City, I think.
Spin City. I think he was on West Wing or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, Family Ties. I mean, the best family sitcom ever. Mine's got the word family in it.
Mm-hmm.
Family Ties. It's, it was, I remember it being great. I don't know how it would hold up today, but I just think it's a lot better family show than Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
All right. Well, the reasons why I chose Fresh Prince is I just thought it was, pretty entertaining. I liked Will Smith's character's antics in the show. I thought it was really well done. Like I said, I think the reasons why I chose it was because it was funny, but also there was also some kind of like moral tale within each episode that was kind of like progressive and like good for young watchers.
Both shows revolved around families, so
yeah,
we'll give it that.
Remember, you can vote on which family sitcom you thought was better in the poll in the above top right corner here on YouTube or on any of social media at 10 Years Apart Pod or at our website 10yearsapart.com.
Did you like that clip? Well, if you did, remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. You can also find the full version of the podcast this clip was from on our YouTube channel and more videos from 10 Years Apart. Comment below, tell us your ideas and stories from the 80s or 90s, and get more at 10yearsapart.com. Thanks again, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us out.